Evening, it is our co-main event brought to you by Rough House Original. It will be for the professional Coastal Combat lightweight title and contested over five-minute rounds. Introducing first, out of the red corner, Sam Flint.
Oh, co-main event of the evening.
Lightweight title on the line. Sam Flint about to join us in the Coastal Combat cage, training out of Integrated MMA, Nitro Boxing. Adrian Payne, Blair Studley, called out basically David Martinez. Only one really anywhere around Australia right now that wants to fight him, so must know something we don't. Must have found a hole in his game somewhere.
Well, either way, it's glad to see that he's stepped up. He's willing to take that challenge. That is David Martinez in what's going to be a very long night for someone. 5-5s.
Again, can't necessarily see going 5-minute rounds. In any event, 25 minutes is there. WKBF Australian Amateur Champion is Sam Flint, so certainly has some striking in his repertoire. Interesting to see what sort of game plan he goes in with here against David Martinez. We know his wrestling is sublime. We know his ground game is sublime. Maybe there's a weakness in the striking department that Sam will try and exploit here.
And you know coming out of Integrated MMA and Nitro Box, so he's training under Adrian Payne and Blair Studley, that he's going to be fit, he's going to be ready, and he's going to be ready to go the full 5 rounds.
Oh, no doubt at all.
And introducing his opponent, out of the blue corner, David, the smiling assassin, Martinez.
Well, I mean, what can we say about him, that if you're a part of the fight game, you don't know already?
No, if you don't know David Martinez and you're not part of the fight game, as you said, core strength, absolutely extraordinary. He's a machine. He's so hard to move when he gets on top. Power punches, throws the kicks in as well, uses the elbows very well, as we saw last time out on Coastal Combat.
You know, former amateur lightweight champion for XFC, current professional Australian lightweight champion for Eternal, looking to add Coastal Combat lightweight professional title. You know,
throw in a BJJ state champion as well. Doing it all at the moment, David Martinez. Maybe the next Australian fighter to get a call up to one of the big international shows.
You think he'd definitely be close. From what I hear, he just got signed by First Round Management.
That is correct as well.
One of the biggest management companies in the world for fighters, fighters everywhere.
So on almost the 12-month anniversary of his pro debut, looking to add another title to his collection and just reaffirm his position as the #1 prospect in Australian mixed martial arts.
And it's interesting to see his very first pro fight was here in the Coastal Combat cage, and he's back here again a year later.
Here we go, David Martinez in the cage. We're almost ready for the lightweight championship fight. Oh, nearly cleaned him up.
He looks to be a lot thicker of the two fighters, doesn't he?
Our co-main event of the evening is brought to you by Rough House Original. It will be for the professional Coastal Combat lightweight title, contested over 5-minute rounds. And introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he weighed in at 70.2 kilos and trains out of Integrated MMA and Nitro Boxing, holding an undefeated professional record of 2 wins and 0 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sam Flint! And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, he weighed in at 70.2 kilos and trains out of Ignite Martial Arts, also holding an undefeated professional record of 5 wins and 0 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for David, the smiling assassin, Martinez.
That is very interesting. Sam Flint only turned pro at the start of this year. You know, so he's relatively new to the pro game as well.
Rules: protect yourself at all times. Listen to my instructions at all times. If you want to touch gloves, do it now. Come out fighting.
And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Thomas Churchill.
We sort of know what Martinez will do here if he implements his normal game plan. See what Sam Flint has to offer.
You know, Sam was willing to step up. You know, when a lot of fellas won't, he was like, I'm willing to take on the best lightweight in Australia and see how I go.
Well, here we go, gents. We'll definitely see how he goes. High kick there off the lead leg from Sam Flint to get us started. 5-minute rounds if needed here tonight. And it's no secret where the strengths of David Martinez lie. Like we've been talking about all night, that Dunstan Death Squad and their pressure-heavy wrestling style. Sam Flint really thought that his advantage here in this fight would be his athleticism, and he thought that's what would make the difference. He feels like he's more athletic than Dave, and as a result, he's going to be able to catch him and finish him.
Just feeling each other out at the moment.
Yeah, a lot of respect between these two early on.
So trading a couple inside leg kicks there.
Using the jab, Sam, so far. Oh, gets a takedown.
All right, so this is where we're going to see what Sam Flint has got for us, gents. David Martinez on top in, looks like half guard. Sam with a butterfly hook on one side, and it looks like he's trying to get back to some sort of close guard. So David Martinez not letting him do that at this stage.
Again, both fighters have a very experienced corner.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, David has Ryan Dunstan, and Sam Flint has Adrian Payne.
The rubber guard.
So very interesting here, going to rubber guard from half guard. It'll be difficult to lock up any sort of submissions there with the other leg out of play, but Sam Flint abandons that back into a traditional half guard now.
Does have the blue belt, so certainly capable on the ground.
I think he's already...
busted, yeah. He's got a bit of blood in his mouth, I think.
Yeah.
So David Martinez settling down here in top half guard. Sam Flint flat on his back here. Does well now to try and look to get up on his side. Very difficult to mount any sort of offense from flat on your back.
Short elbow.
On both sides. I've seen a lot of striking from the bottom tonight, actually. A lot more than usual. So 2.5 minutes down in this one, 2.5 still to go. Halfway point of the opening round to decide our Coastal Combat Professional Lightweight Champion.
Dan's doing a very good job of controlling, you know, the damage that he's taking from Martinez at the moment.
Yeah, apart from those couple short elbows, he hasn't really eaten anything so far. Up kick.
Oh, lovely kick.
Nice up kick there from Sam Flint. Now digging the heel into the thigh. So David Martinez a little more cautious about coming in on the second attempt. Well, I tell you what, gents, this certainly doesn't look as dominant as it usually is when David Martinez is on top.
No, absolutely.
Sam Flint doing a phenomenal job to, at the very least, limit it.
Side control and the elbows are there.
Oh, I love that little elbow there.
Good position for David Martinez. Still plenty of time to work here in round one.
So a minute and a half still on the clock here. David settling down in side control. Let's see if he looks to try and take them out here.
And the fact that Sam keeps moving, it's forcing Martinez to try and fix his base, you know, correct himself, which is limiting his opportunity to create those striking opportunities.
Good knees.
Yeah, Sam Flint didn't like those. But look at this. Beautiful work from Sam, regarding. But Dave straight back into a pass. And, well, this is a bit of a spot of trouble here for Sam Flint. David Martinez looking to take the back here.
45 seconds to work.
When Dave gets on your back, it very likely means it's going to be a close of the show.
He does a very good job turning back into him.
I am very impressed by the defensive jiu-jitsu of Sam Flint here in this opening round, gents.
Yeah, it's more than held his own so far.
Yeah.
Certainly won some respect.
Yeah.
It's very interesting though that that takedown was caused by just the catching of that little leg, that, that sweep of that leg.
And going to be interesting to see how eager Sam Flint is to throw those kicks when he comes back out in round 2. So nice head position here from David Martinez. 10-second clapper to go. It looks like we're going to make it out of the first round
Hey,
here.
some lovely little uppercuts.
Oh, the up kick again.
Sam Flint. Couple of really nice up kicks and David Martinez doing what he does.
To be honest, mate, I haven't seen Martinez struggle to hold someone down for that well for a long time.
Yeah.
Certainly wants some respect, Sam. Question is, can he do anything to mitigate the punishment that he's taken, because there's a nice little mouse underneath his right eye forming already. Doesn't want to eat too many more of those short elbows.
Yeah, so like you mentioned, Anton, that one takedown did come from the caught kick, so I'm curious to see if Sam Flint is going to be throwing those kicks at the start of round 2.
Wearing first round though on both fighters. Sam a little bit more of the fatigue to the two, but sure with the training camp that he would have had it integrated, I've plenty in the gas tank.
Yeah, the boys, like I said, the boys coming out of the integrated definitely put in the time and effort that it takes to get their fighters ready.
Oh, no doubt at all.
This is a real clash between two of the best coaches in Australia. Adrian Pang, of course, integrated MMA behind Sam Flint, and the man Ryan Dunstan at Ignite Martial Arts behind David Martinez. Very similar names too. So round 2 underway now. Sam Flint.
Good movement by Sam early on.
Potentially Sam looking to keep his feet on the canvas here for at least the opening portions of this round. But there we go, a little fake kick. Not a bad idea. Get Dave to try and reach for those kick catches.
Shoots. Working the single leg. Got under him. Big slam.
Wow. Look at this, Sam
Straight
Flint.
back up.
Wow, I am impressed with Sam Flint tonight.
Relentless pressure though from David Martinez. Straight back on him.
And the composure. He doesn't get disappointed if something doesn't happen. He just gets straight back to work. He looks for different options. I like it.
So one thing that David really has in this fight, he does have the experience over Sam. David's currently riding a 19-fight win streak.
Oh, wow.
9 fights as an amateur, 5 as a pro. Sorry, 14 fight, my apologies. 14-fight win streak. 9 as an amateur and 5 now as a pro. And, of course, some of those wins most recently, Brenton Mumford and UFC vet Mike Wilkinson.
Big win.
Strength of competition, strength of schedule, certainly there for David Martinez over his last couple of bouts. So to see Sam Flint...
Doing such a good
yeah,
job.
It's... tell you what, it's speaking a lot to Sam, but not taking anything away from Mr. Martinez. He is certainly in control of this fight. 1 round up already and looking pretty sharp so far here in the opening few minutes of the second. So don't get that twisted. We are still seeing Martinez doing what he does.
Good body shots as well.
Trying to switch his hips out, looking for that underhook maybe to go out the back.
A hip escape, but then David has pushed him up against the cage, limiting his movement opportunities.
So Dave doing a great job controlling the posture there of Sam, trying to keep that back flat on the mat. But look at this, Sam looking to switch out, potentially get back to his feet. Instead decides to go to close guard.
Maybe looks to go to rubber guard. Starting to play with that rubber guard in that first round.
Good way to limit the offensive opportunities of Martinez too. And on cue there, Anton.
Better chance of getting stood up here, I think. Can't hold it though. Smothering again, David Martinez right now. He's got an arm under.
Again,
Lock those, crucifix.
So looked for an armbar attempt momentarily there, but Martinez hip to it. Cautious of the up kicks now, Dave. He's eaten a couple of them, and it looks like he's going to safely navigate him this time.
Drop some hammer fists.
Sam potentially maybe trying to look for an armbar again. Pretty difficult to get from this position, but showing some good flexibility at least.
Not a lot of opportunities right now for Sam Flint.
He's
in that
throwing some
position.
cheeky little elbows while he's on his back there, if you can't see him. Throwing some reverse elbows into Martinez just to give him something to think about.
Yeah, that's one thing when I did an interview with Sam prior to this fight, he made mention of. Said favourite thing about turning pro is getting to use those elbows.
And he uses them very well too. Coastal Combat 5. And now again here so far, he's been able to use those short elbows. Oh, little hammer fists as well. Oh, good hammer fist.
Wow. One gigantic hammer fist landed in that exchange there from David Martinez.
Someone's been cut, someone's opened up. I'm gonna throw it out there and say it's probably Sam.
I would think so. There's a fair bit of blood there on the leg of Sam. Unless one of those little cheeky lifting elbows, if you want to call it, opened up a little snick under his eye.
So 30 seconds to go here in the second round. And Martinez just doing what he does here in round 2.
Business as usual for David Martinez.
Absolutely, Josh. Nice elbow over the top.
Oh, nice little elbow from the base.
Oh, and back.
Trading elbows now. One.
Dave always smiling.
Oh, no. He did get caught.
Yeah.
Wow,
One of
David
those
Martinez.
cheeky elbows.
Yeah.
One of those little cheeky elbows.
Looks like it's a cut
him.
inside the
The
mouth.
mouth. Maybe tasting his own blood for the first time.
Yeah, that's a good point there, Josh. I don't think I've ever seen Dave cut in a fight,
No, I can't say I ever have, so
but he's bleeding. So we know he bleeds.
We know, yeah.
we go
We know.
the Drago.
Yeah.
Go the Drago. Dominant again though.
Yep.
Bleeding aside.
Yep.
Maintained top position for a majority of that round. Used the short elbows. Some big hammer fists later on in the round. Clearly a David Martinez round, and probably 2 rounds to 0. Again, what can Adrian Pang do now? What can he instill in his warrior to change up here?
I mean, Sam's pretty good. Sam seems to be in pretty good spirits, to be honest.
Spirits, definitely. I don't think the judges are going to take it into account, though, unfortunately.
No,
So
definitely not.
got to change up his game plan here. I quite liked his movement early in round 2. So maybe try and keep it in the feet for a little bit longer, see if he can break through the guard.
It's a difficult position right now for Sam Flint, the team from Integrated MMA, because, I mean, the game plan is quite simple. Try and defend those takedowns, try and stay on the feet, but Sam just not been able to... Oh, wow, Sam shooting.
Shoots.
Well, cancel that. Oh, I apologise. Look at this.
Didn't expect that, yeah.
No.
Maybe that's what he was hoping, that he didn't count.
Interesting.
You know, maybe that's what they were hoping, that David wasn't expecting him to take him down.
Well, I guess maybe Sam Flint has thought that he hasn't seen David Martinez on his back much, so he's curious to see what he's got. But
Unfortunately, it looks like Sam might find himself on his back again. He's single leg working.
so here we go, Adrian Pang in the corner of Sam Flint calling for some elbows. And here we go, Martinez. Big slam, pretty much threw him over his head.
He did, yeah.
So Dave lands now inside control.
And those elbows are going to open up again here.
So a little birdie did tell me from Dave's team that they were thinking that about the third round they would start to see Dave really take control of this one. So we'll see if the Ignite team was on point with that prediction here. So far so good with just over a minute in.
The elbows again though by Sam, it's nice. Just said keeping David alert.
Yeah, he just can't relax, you know.
Oh, throws the armbar up.
Oh, that seems to be semi-tight.
Yeah, wow, hold on. Dave Martinez clears the elbow and he's safe. Nice staple here as he's in that modified side control. Skips around the leg.
Very active off his back though, Sam.
Yep. And activity off your back will at the very least limit the offensive opportunities of the person on top.
Absolutely.
I'd like to see Dave try and take the mount here. Looks like it is wide open if he wants it.
Yeah, knee right to...
Yeah, knee slide across.
Gonna try and pin that arm down.
He does like his crucifix positions,
Yes.
Mr. Martinez. I believe Dave has had 8 rear naked choke victories, and He's also had an arm triangle. So those are the submissions of choice for Mr. Martinez. When I rolled him a couple of weeks ago, though, he has a pretty wicked dast, too, I'll tell you.
Oh,
Slips out.
Oh.
And here we go.
There's the
into
mount. And a lot of time to go here.
Yes, 2 minutes. This is going to feel like an eternity for Sam Flint. Let's see what sort of offense Dave's got here.
Can you get that posture up? Start raining down those bombs.
David's just picking his shots. You know, he's not rushing it.
Now he's waiting for his window, and it's going to open up pretty shortly, I would have thought.
So 2 minutes to go. Can Sam Flint survive here? Mounted by Mr. David Martinez.
Soften the body up if you can.
Sam Flint, of course, a very successful swimmer in his younger years. So a lifelong athlete. That's why we can see the fish scale tattoo on his foot.
He's in the deep end right now.
He's got to swim
See
now.
if he can swim out of it.
So 90 seconds to go.
Surprised David hasn't unleashed a little bit more. And he's got back to half guard.
Lovely little switch out. Again, and Martinez just working patiently, just chipping away at you, just breaking you down over the round.
So 1 minute remaining here in the third round. Got to assume it's David Martinez up 2-zip heading into this, and well, if things progress the way they have been so far, it's going to be 3-zip.
Story of the previous 2 rounds, though, ground control, limited damage to Sam Flint. And again, had that mount for a good sort of 60 to 90 seconds.
Yep.
Wasn't able to rain down any major blows.
And Sam will take some confidence out of that.
No, absolutely.
Knowing that he's been in that tricky position and survived.
Been in some horrible positions and thus far hasn't really been in any critical danger.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the thing is,
oh, that was a good short elbow.
I'd really like to see Martinez going for those finishes. It seems like he lines them out, plays it safe.
Yeah, safe.
Just tries to win the round. Well, I'd like to see him, go for those finishes and finish these fights.
And the risk is he gets caught, and I mean, again,
oh, big right hand there from Dave.
Taking for another ride.
It's kind of like he's trying to get that ring, that cage time.
Yeah.
Well, I was just about to say that. I think the people around him and in his corner, that's something that they've been really big on. They want to get Dave as much experience in as minimal fights as possible because they know, if Dave's career continues on the trajectory it is, he's looking at the big show very shortly.
It does feel, with the utmost respect, a little bit of a training run here at the moment.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Josh. It's business as usual for the Martinez clan. Ryan Dunstan and Ben Wall going to work there on Dave. Looks like the team from Integrated MMA, Adrian Pang there, giving the instructions to Sam.
What sort of instructions do you think you'd be feeding him right now? Oof. After 3 rounds like that? Well, what could you possibly do as a coach to try and reinvigorate your fighter?
Look, it is such a tough position to be in because, like we said, the game plan's pretty simple. Let's try and stay off the mat. Let's get back to our feet. Maybe I'd actually try and tell Sam, instead of looking for some of those short shots from bottom, I tell him to really look for those underhooks, try and dig, look to switch out and get back to your feet.
Yeah, nice. We'll see if David turns up the heat here as well. Tries to press for that finish.
One interesting note about how this fight came about too was obviously we all know the formation story, Sam Flint calling out David Martinez, but Sam Flint was the one who really pressed for the 5 rounds.
Really?
Yeah, he wanted 5 fives. Dave was happy to do whatever. He said he'd do 3, but he said he'd do 5. He's just happy to get back in there and find someone that wants to fight him, but Sam was adamant that he wanted 5 fives.
Maybe he was the same way. He wanted the experience of 5 fives.
And that's exactly what he said, Anton. He said, this is a professional title. I want the professional title experience.
And maybe it's about testing out the gas tank. Maybe that's where the weakness is perceived to be within David Martinez. I mean, he's never really been pushed that far in his career so far, so drag him into the 4th and 5th round and see if it makes a difference.
I mean, I've heard some pretty horrible stories about what Ryan Dunstan makes Ben Wall and Dave Martinez do at Ignite, and they include 4 30-minute wrestling rounds in a row.
Right.
1 minute break.
Then let's presume he won't have any problems in round 4 and 5 then.
Yeah, freak cardio, those two.
One thing I still like Martinez to maybe develop is a little bit more head movement in that striking. He's still very still with that head. And again, he's getting away with it at this level, but it's something that that he might like to improve and continue to work on. I mean, it's a lot better than where he was a year ago when we watched that fight. So he's come a long way with it.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Anton. I think if there's been one criticism of Dave so far in his career, it has been that he's a little bit hittable. He showed off a granite chin, taking some big shots, but that's not something you want to rely on as your first line of striking defense.
Spot on.
So back into half guard against the fence, and Sam Flint just no quitting this young man. You've got to respect Sam. What he's done, how he's come into this fight. Called out David Martinez, said, "I want a shot at this guy. No one wants to fight him. Give me a go." He's gone in there. He said, "I don't want 3 rounds with him. I want 5 rounds with him." And he's absolutely given it his all so far in this one.
Well, I mean, after this fight, I mean, the opponents that he comes up against next is going to be
walk in the park.
A walk in the park, a step down in caliber.
Yeah, I think it's pretty fair to say we're looking at in David Martinez, the best lightweight in Australia right now. So
unequivocally support that. Absolutely. This performance again only further instills him as the best we have at lightweight in this country.
One thing that I love about Dave's game too. Oh, hold on, armbar attempt here from Sam Flint. Not sure what's going on here. Looks like Dave's cleared the arm and we're safe. So one thing that always impresses me when I watch Dave fight is it's almost like the techniques that he uses aren't necessarily the most complicated or technical maneuvers, but it's just that his technique for these, let's call them somewhat basic moves is just so perfect that guys can't stop it. It reminds me of watching someone like a Damian Maia in the UFC. He uses the same sequence every time he takes people down and gets the back,
They still can't stop it.
And they can't stop it. And it's just the same with Dave.
And that's credit, I guess, to how good he is, that people can plan for exactly what he's going to bring and still have no ability to mitigate it.
Well, what was that saying Bruce Lee used to say? Don't fear the man that can do 10,000 kicks. Fear the man that's done one kick 10,000 times.
Yeah.
So into side control now, David Martinez, 1.5 minutes remaining. It's been a nice one to commentate, boys. We get a little bit of time to chat.
Yeah.
So here we go. Looks like Sam Flint again, looking for that armbar from side control. Pretty low percentage move, hard to get because you can only really control the posture with one leg.
But he refuses to give up, And the experience that he's going to take out from this fight is definitely something that he wouldn't have been able to get if he hadn't made the call out.
Spot on.
And one thing that I really enjoyed that Sam said when we were having our interview day off camera, we were just having a chat, and he said, "Look, what's the worst that's going to happen?" He said, "Dave's not going to flatline me with one punch." He said, "I might just get taken down and roughed up for 25 minutes." But he said, he doesn't think he's going to get flatlined. So
experience is invaluable, as Anton said. So you'll learn a lot from this. Having said that, we've still got 5 minutes to go.
There is still time and still hope there for Sam Flint while that candle is slowly flickering away. This 5th and final round is going to be very interesting. I've got to assume it's going to be more of the same from David Martinez. And a little smile there from Sam Flint.
Oh, another cheeky little elbow underneath.
Yeah, he's cutting him up a little bit, to be honest. Oh, that was late.
That was late. He apologises immediately, and David Martinez, as always, smiling through it. And looks like Thomas Churchill just giving him a warning about activity there, so had a feeling that might be coming. Thomas just making sure that he's keeping moving, improving his position, or staying active on top.
Yeah, for the amount of ground control that he's had, you might be talking about literally 16 or 17 minutes out of the 20 we've fought so far. He hasn't actually done that much damage. You haven't seen Sam Flint in really any trouble in this fight so far, given how badly he's been dominated. So interesting tactics by David.
Yeah, that's a good point, Josh.
Well, he seems sometimes more intent to actually transition.
Yeah.
To look for the crucifix from side control to mount. But he's had opportunities to throw bombs, to drop some elbows, and he's really just been throwing those short ones and a couple of hammer fists that haven't been able to put him away.
So we've seen David Martinez bleed for the first time here tonight, but we have not seen him beaten. Will Sam Flint be able to mount a pretty historic comeback here in the 5th and final round. I think we can all agree he's 4 rounds down at the moment. 4 rounds in the hole, the boys hook him up. Little show of respect there. Sam Flint wants to get back to work though.
Needs one of the great Hail Marys of all time to pull this one out, and that's the sort of stuff he needs. Big right hands. Oh! Wait for David to shoot. Oh!
So Sam Flint
Separate.
coming out like a man possessed here. Very clear what the instructions would have been from his corner there heading into the 5th and final.
Had his little window of opportunity, and I think he took it really well. Just if you could separate and get a few more strikes like that, you just never know.
It's just like as soon as Dave gets a hold of you,
It's anaconda-like.
it's hard to get away from it until the ref pulls you off at the end of the round.
There we go, there we go.
Hold on, wow. Beautiful work from Sam Flint. Jumps into another knee.
Oh, big elbow.
Well, Sam Flint, he's not done just yet. Wow.
Right hand's, I think, where it is. If you can set that right hand up a little bit. Maybe go to the body.
So David Martinez, a little bit of on the face of Dave.
Here we go.
Sam Flint, he's coming back, but David Martinez says enough of that. Let's get back to work.
Oh,
wow.
Slam.
Big slam there from David Martinez into close guard.
Sam had some success there, though. He's busted him up a bit more again.
Outside of the Mike Wilkinson fight, that might be some of the most adversity we've seen David Martinez in.
Walked through it as well, to his credit.
He was enjoying every bit of it.
Look at Ryan Dunstan in the corner of Dave. Look at him smiling. Just
Are they
loving
talking to each other? I think
Yeah.
they're talking to
Yeah.
each other.
it. Ryan's just having a chat. So nice
Head
variation, body
good.
head from Mr. Martinez. On track to lock up his 2nd professional Australian
I
title.
think Sam's talking to Ryan as well there.
Sam's having a chat to Ryan.
Good old conversation.
Sam's laughing. This is unreal. This is unreal. So Sam Flint, David Martinez now right in front of us here in the commentary booth. We can take our headsets off and have a chat with the two boys maybe.
Somewhat impossible to move once he gets into that position. And very active as well here.
Sam Flint just told me this sucks.
For the armbar.
Oh my goodness.
Looking for the armbar.
Having a great chat to the
Oh,
commentators.
slips out again.
Oh, looks for the triangle.
Nice.
Oh, lovely little elbow.
Sam
The
Flint.
body shots.
I absolutely love it. 2 minutes to go here. David Martinez, top half guard. Let's see if Dave can try and improve his position here. Maybe even look for a finish, but Sam has shown some incredible defensive jiu-jitsu on the mat here tonight.
Sam's still throwing strikes.
He's loving it. He's having a great time.
How can you not be a fan of Sam Flint after this?
Oh, he's
mate.
tough, man. He's won a lot of fans here today.
This sucks, eh? That's classic.
Hey.
All right, so with a minute and a half remaining in this one, a minute and a half to go. So Sam Flint stuck in at bottom full guard at the moment.
Much the same here in round 5. David Martinez continuing to pour the pressure on. Little elbow again, just keeping it right in his face. Still.
He
So
just refused to give up, doesn't he? He's attacking from the base. He's not staying still.
Still throwing arm bars up still, even after nearly 25 minutes.
The experience for Sam Flint after 25 minutes, locked in the cage with David Martinez.
That's pretty extraordinary.
That's extraordinary. And let's be honest, he's pushed Martinez.
He
You know,
has.
he hasn't.
No doubt he has.
You know, I haven't seen Martinez struggle this much for a while. Obviously against Wilkinson, but you know, it's been great.
So this one's starting to draw to a close. We hear the 10-second clap of the 5th and final round, gents. And I think at this point we can pretty much make it official. David Martinez will be taking home his 2nd professional title here tonight on Coastal Combat. 5 rounds in the books, 25 minutes shared in the cage between these two fellas, and a very entertaining 25 at that.
Good show of respect after the fight as well by both boys.
What a fight.
Yeah, he's something different, Dave, and it just instilled that again.
Oh, look at him, loving it.
Who,
That's what I like to see, how happy and excited he is to get in those battles and get amongst it, you know, take those challenges.
It's tough to try, if the call-up doesn't come yet, if there needs to be one more fight to get that sort of 7-0 pro record, very difficult to determine who he fights next.
Oh, yeah, I mean, what lightweight hasn't he fought yet? Trying to think.
Well, there's the only one that you would consider who's unfortunately not fighting MMA at the moment is a teammate of Sam Flint's that I certainly rated the best lightweight in the country 12 months ago, but has moved into the boxing scene now. I can't think off the top of my head about another lightweight who'd give him any form of challenge right now. We will go to the center of the cage to make this one official.
So ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges scored about 50-45 in favour of your winner by unanimous decision. And new Coastal Combat Lightweight Champion, David, the Smiling Assassin, Martinez. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with our new professional lightweight champion here. David Martinez adds to that already crowded belt collection of his with a 5-round unanimous decision victory. Dave, talk me through the fight from your perspective and how Sam was as an opponent.
Man, can we just give a hand up for Sam Flint? That guy's incredible. Yeah. Sam Flint, man. You're freaking awesome, brother. Okay, I just want to say, it's truly an honor to have the first Australian pinweight champion here to watch my fight in person. Michael Kennedy, you're my hero, man.
So of course, Dave, now you move to 6-0 as a professional, and I think it is well and truly not up for debate now. You are the hottest prospect, not only in the lightweight division, but probably regardless of division in professional MMA here in Australia. What can we expect from you next?
There's only 2 people at the top. That's Jamie Malaki and myself. So we're going to battle it out in November and sort out who's the true #1 of Australia.
Well, you versus Jamie Malaki sounds like a lot of fun, Dave. Once again, it was an honour to call your fight. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for our new Coastal Combat champ.
Hey, I just want to thank my team, Ignite Martial Arts, guys at Game Bred, my lads up in Bundy, my beloved coach, Ryan Dunstan, my beautiful wife, and my favourite training partner now, Ben. Whoa. Roughhouse Original, thank you for these sweet tights, keeping me fancy dressed as always. Guys, that's enough of me. We got Ty Ball coming out. Main event. Get rowdy, people.